Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is John Bodrozic. John Bodrozic is the co-founder of HomeZada. HomeZada is the second software company founded by John Bodrozic. In the early 1990s, he created Meridian Systems, a build, plan, operate technology solutions company used by business owners, construction and engineering firms, and public agencies to manage building and renovation projects. He was responsible for the general management of the company, including product strategy, R&D, marketing and sales, customer service and support, finance, and operations. Well, good afternoon, John. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Brian. Excited to talk today.
Awesome. Appreciate you making the time, jumping on, and love to share people's stories. They've always got some gem to share with our large audience across the globe now, 40 countries and counting. So thank you again so much.
Now, yeah, my pleasure. I always enjoy the opportunity to share my story. If somebody can get a little nugget out of my experience, I'm always a big believer in giving back any way I can.
Absolutely. Thank you. So, John, jumping right into the questions here. Let's talk about your career as a general manager, senior executive, president. Now you're the co-founder of HomeZada. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Yeah, great question. I think there's probably about 3 or 4 things that happen in unison. It kind of starts with whatever I'm doing in my career, I'm sort of identifying a problem. And so, yeah, with my first company, it was a construction project management system. And there's a lack of software to kind of manage the whole construction process. Same with HomeZada. Homeowners have got data scattered everywhere. Then, because I'm frustrated in my own personal experience, then I start my creative side of my brain thinking of hey, is there a way to create a solution to solve the problem? And for me, obviously, my solution ends up being in the software business because both my previous company and HomeZada today are software companies. But it's really not just about creating the solution. Can I create it in such a way that it creates value for the end customer? That's really kind of what inspires me, is identifying a problem and then figuring out whether a solution can be created that creates value for the end customer. And then the last two combination of those things is, as an entrepreneur, if you're going to go for it, I highly recommend, it's been successful for me, is you can't do it alone. You need a team of people that have complementary skills that go with you. So my first company, there was 2 co-founders. This company, there's 3. It's a great way to kind of start a business. And then the last part is you essentially have to go for it. There's so many people, I've always said, none of my ideas have been unique. There's probably thousands of other people that have had the same ideas to solve the same problem, but they were hesitant in going for actually trying to create the solution and building a business around it.
Thank you. And you're absolutely right. At the core of everything is people, and having some great relationships and people to share some of those challenges, the workload. But these gems are absolutely invaluable to our audience. We have a ton of entrepreneurs starting out their startups right now, as a matter of fact. So thanks for sharing those gems. John, switching gears a little bit, HomeZada is the first and largest cloud-based platform that integrates all home renovation, maintenance, financial, and management functions into a single seamless platform. And of course, it's accessible from any personal device. What makes your platform the leader amongst your competition?
Yeah, I think I said first and foremost, I kind of look at this as what we've done is innovated a new concept. It's kind of what I call a greenfield space of this digital home management sort of concept, which is everybody tells the homeowner it's your largest financial asset and biggest expense. But when you ask homeowners, where's all the data about your house? It's usually scattered everywhere. What separates us is we've been able to combine all of these different apps, content, data, and even using some AI technology to kind of essentially bring all the data about your home into one place to essentially empower homeowners to be better and smarter about all the decisions that they need to make. So it's really, there's a functionality to track videos and photos for home inventory to make sure you're properly insured. We create a preventative maintenance schedule to remind you of the tasks that either you forgot to do or you're a new homeowner and you have no idea you should do these things. There's templates to guide you through home improvement projects. We've consolidated all the financial aspects, everything from tracking your mortgage and your insurance to your utility bills to the value of your home, storing all of that information in one spot. I think that's probably the biggest unique differentiator from a consumer perspective. And then to add to the differentiation is we've also created our platform in such a way that individuals or businesses in the real estate, banking, financial services, mortgage, insurance, even home improvement industries they've been approaching us basically looking at, after I sell the homeowner a financial product or a home, how do I stay present with them, engage them in a value added way? So we've essentially built a professional version of HomeZada for all those big companies to get a branded version that they could essentially deliver to their own customers. So it's really kind of the combination of the two sides of the same coin. With the consumer, it's everything about your home in one place. And then on the flip side, for the partners, we've developed lots of partnering strategies where they can get branded versions. And we've even built an ad and content platform where they can cross-market additional products and services back to their own customers.
That's awesome. You're catering to both B2C and B2B, which is, I think, amazing. But I like the fact that people do like everything simple and quick, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I think that's a lot of people think, oh my God, my house, there's so much data about it. But we've done a lot of R&D work that make what I call the first time sign-up experience super valuable and easy. Like all you need to do is, create your username and password, put in your address, and we essentially build the maintenance calendar for you. We create the project templates for you. We'll get, what your home is currently worth. We'll try to estimate your mortgage. We're going to predict a generic home inventory so you don't have to do data entry. And then it just becomes encouraging the user to walk through their home, essentially taking photos and videos to kind of personalize it based on what's going on inside their home.
Thank you. Appreciate that, John. That's awesome. And that's kind of a segue, your platform into my next question. We're a technology platform and podcast. We want to know, and you did mention AI earlier, but are you leveraging any of that new or emerging technology in your platform? And if you can't go down that path, maybe you could share a cool tool or app that you found that might have made your life easier today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're definitely into the AI and leveraging AI in our platform, and we do it basically 2 or 3 different ways. One is, yes, our latest release, which we launched about a couple of weeks ago, essentially includes a generative AI chatbot. And the reason why we think this is so valuable in the context of a homeowner is if you think about a homeowner, how many questions does a homeowner have seeking expertise as it relates to their home, right? And I'll give you a few examples of I'm thinking about how do I drain my hot water heater because I've never done it before. Is there a set of DIY instructions that I can do it? Or if I'm planning a kitchen remodel, how much is it what's a good budget or an estimate? And then you get down into the details of should I use granite or Corian, or what should I use tile on my floors, or all the different sort of products. Essentially, our AI tool essentially allows the user to ask anytime they want the AI tool about all these questions about everything that a homeowner think about when they go to a home improvement store, when they're asking the sales rep, should I do this? Should I do that? Then when they go to the mortgage people, should I get this kind of mortgage or that kind of mortgage? All that is basically now self-service. And the benefit for us is it's integrated into all the other things that we do, meaning our system already has 50 templates over common home improvement projects, whether you're going to put solar on your house, a kitchen remodel, or a new backyard landscape. It's integrated with our maintenance tasks, and we save all that chat history inside of your application, which makes it very easy to retrieve whenever you need that essentially expertise, maybe a year from now because you forgot it, but you're looking for it back from a historical perspective. Early signs from our customers is they love it. We're super excited about the value that gets incorporating into our platform.
Thank you, John. That's awesome. I appreciate you getting down into the nuts and bolts of it behind the application. Very, very helpful for our audience. John, last question of the day. Can you share something from your career experience that would be helpful for those looking to grow their career in either leadership or entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I got a lot here to share potentially. So I'm going to focus in on maybe my passion, which is the entrepreneurship side, right? So I discovered a tool called Lean Canvas, LeanCanvas, Lean Canvas. And it's essentially a one-page document that if you're thinking about doing a startup, it basically forces you to think about in one page, defining the problem, defining the solution. What's the value proposition? What's going to be your competitive advantage? What customer segments are you going to go after? What channels are you going to go after? What's your cost structure and what's your revenue model? And it's the most comprehensive yet single simplistic solution that I refer to pretty much anybody who's thinking about doing a startup in entrepreneurship is before you spend any money even going down this path, think about going through and filling out that lean canvas because it really articulates everything that you need about your business I think a lot of entrepreneurs get naturally focused on how to build the solution, build the product, but they forget about what's the revenue and pricing model going to be, and how am I going to scale this, and which customer segment am I going to go to? So it forces you to think about a potential business kind of what I call soup to nuts.
I love that. And I think we all need to focus a little bit on that in keeping it simple. And I've had so many people on this podcast tell me that, a lot of people start out developing a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. And that is always going to be a quick way to failure, or at least learning anyway. I certainly appreciate that, John. That's very, very helpful. And Lean Canvas, I want to just give Lean, I don't get anything out of this, right? But Lean Canvas gets a plug from us today. So thank you again. And it was a pleasure having you on today. And I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time today, Brian.
Bye for now.